My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. Ironclad. I mean, look, I can see it. I can see the fishing rod. Can I see the path for the fishing rod? Maybe not, because there's this beast of a path early on. Bunch of question marks, bunch of rests, early shop, late elite. I almost just want to take a random relic and toddle on. Let's do it. Regal Pillow, whenever you rest, heal additional 15 HP. I mean, if I have to rest, I might as well. Sadly, we can't kill the front line in the next cycle. Oh boy, that sucks. No way around that full 12 right there. Thankfully, I can avoid any more damage this turn. And no more damage for the rest of the fight. But I can certainly see how that pillow might be useful now. Vulnerable Potion, we see an Ashen Strike, Sword Boomerang Headbutt. Headbutt's reasonable early damage, but I almost want to take the Ashen Strike. Just so that I have a scaling opportunity. Especially because Soulfish is ideally, going to be countered by us exhausting cards. Clumsy is a card that exhausts itself when I draw it. And we get an additional strength alongside it. Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, part of the value of Ashen Strike certainly has to be that we've got 2 curses in the deck now that will just destroy themselves. Second Wind, exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. Gain 5 block for each card exhausted. I mean, it's the perfect counter to Soulfish and exactly what we want alongside the Ashen Strike. Lose 14 HP in order to choose the cheese. We wouldn't get that much max HP right now. We wouldn't be able to get that much max HP from this floor. Like, we're guaranteed literally 3 more fights this floor total. That said, the HP is easy for us to get back, courtesy of the Regal Pillow. I think I kind of might be interested in common cards, though, just because True Grit's in that set. Yeah, True Grit's especially good here. And I think even Tremble, both exhausting. Stampede, shrug it off. It's an Ultimate Strike, which itself is a solid amount of damage. I'm just going to straight up remove a strike here. I think we are much better barreling down the exhaust line that we're currently on. Let's get that True Grit upgraded so it's playable. Yeah, I mean, ideally this wouldn't have been a fight, but whatever. Probably not taking out the front line the next turn, but it's possible. And now it's not. True Grit through Tremble. I mean, that definitely just should have been a bash. Oops. Thankfully, we're all good. I say preemptively. Yep, that's an oopsie. I'll take 4 damage as a result. Double Strike finishes the fight, and Armor, Iron Wave, Tremble. I almost don't feel like any of these are necessary. Like, I feel like I'm making the deck worse by taking those right now. Block Clasp. At the end of your turn, gain 1 block for each card remaining in hand. Vexing Puzzle Box. At the start of each combat, add an additional card into your opening hand that costs 0. Get the Bash upgrade, and Glow Water for Fresnel. I mean, I think I can give you the 13 max HP. Yeah. If I'm only especially if I get like Evil Eye, that's gonna be really good. Double dipping on that nimble bonus. Let's get the Ashen Strike as much scaling as possible, because that's definitely how we can win fights. Dominate, Havoc, and Bloodletting. It's worth taking a Dominate for additional scaling in this deck. Okay, we did get the Dominate and the Ashen Strike, so Ashen Strike already kills the backline, and then I can set up with Tremble, Dominate. Unfortunately, I do have to take 7 damage that turn, but now I've got a reasonable amount of strength, and I can start just deleting some targets. Boom. Like that one. In fact, every time I get back to Ashen Strike, it just deletes the target right now. Like that one. Burn as many cards as possible. I've only got 6 cards left in the deck. It's pretty difficult not to draw Ashen Strike, but don't worry, we managed. I can save HP by making the enemy vulnerable this turn and just going all in. Actually, I could have just used Bash and that would have drawn because we had the free Vicious at the top of the combat. Oops. Amethyst Aubergine. Enemies drop 15 additional gold. Fight Me versus Bloodletting versus Inferno. I almost don't want to take Fight Me. No, I've got enough scaling without it. Give me Bloodletting, and then I'm interested in additional draw. Let's also get additional vulnerability on Dominate. Oh, sick. Hellraiser, all of our strikes are just going to be played this combat. Thanks kindly. Oh, that's so cool. Tremble, trigger it through the beacon, and then Dominate as well for the 6 strength. There you go. Yeah, it's working pretty well. Second win that one away. Ridiculous. Impervious, Aggression, and Demon Form. Of these, definitely Aggression is most interesting. Returning that Ashen Strike to hand, as well as an additional draw per turn, is pretty good when you've got Cloak Class, but returning that Ashen Strike to hand with more consistency is really powerful. Exhaust top card of your draw pile and gain 1 strength at the start of your turn. I'm sorry, Toasty Mittens, but I can't do that. That will kill me. Very Hot Cocoa. I don't necessarily have that much energy on turn 1. Let's take Seal of Gold at the start of your turn. Spend 5 gold to gain an energy. The fact that Toasty Mittens, like, just burns a random card does mean... I think this is a really difficult relic to give to a tier 2 Ancient. Because you've only got the full first floor to set up for this. So ideally, the circumstance where you take Toasty Mittens is where you don't care about burning your deck, or burning your deck is an active positive for you. However, the circumstance where that is the case is where you have multiple payoffs in the deck. So you really want a relatively thick deck where it's okay, like if your Ashen Strike is burned early in the combat, or your Dominate is burned early in the combat, or something like that, right? Literally, on the first turn, you could just lose the best card in your deck. So it feels like if this was a tier 3 Ancient offering, at the start of your turn, exhaust maybe even the top 2 cards of your deck and gain something more powerful to make it measurably, similarly powerful to other tier 3 ancients. I think you might have more time to build the deck that is comfortable taking Toasty Mittens, but I just otherwise don't really see it. Like here, I'm already playing a deck that definitely wants to exhaust cards, but if it hits Ashen Strike, I probably lose, so I don't think I can use Toasty Mittens. If there was maybe Exhume, so that you would at least be able to pull it back in the worst case scenario, I could see maybe that as well. Maybe if Toasty Mittens came with, a zero cost retain card in hand that allows you to exhume one exhausted card, maybe I could see the Mittens then. Other than that, I'll be taking the Sealed of Gold and then trying to win our fights at speed. We also get 15 additional gold from every fight. So I should, as long as I win my fights with relative speed, be okay. Tremble, Dominate. Got Headbutt Strike. Oof, probably should have set up on the second line then. Yeah, definitely should have. Oh well. At least I got the kill on Ballbug set up for the next turn, because otherwise that would be a toughie for us to kill. Burning Pact, exhaust a card, draws 2 cards. Exactly what I want in this deck. I don't think another Dominator's a choice. We could take Potion Belt, but I'm leaning more towards card removal. Get another strike out of there. Still got to make sure that I float money at all times so that I've got my additional energy every turn. Pact. Then True. Fully defended with 3 strength. There's nothing, like I don't need to get any more additional boons or even vulnerability. I'll always just be dealing enough damage to the target to hit the breakpoint. The empower point is it called? Hard to kill. It would be nice to have one card that hit multiple enemies, I'm starting to recognize. Took way more damage than I needed in that fight. Ugh. Pillage versus Whirlwind. I mean, Pillage is not especially good for us, and Whirlwind is, so I'll take Whirlwind. Definitely worth having some access to AoE. Something somewhere in my room fell, and I don't know what it was. I'll address that later. Whirlwind, not going to be enough damage here, unfortunately. Still worth playing. Thankfully, these enemies are definitely going to help me exhaust a bunch of cards, so that's nice. Goddamn. Okay, picking this up a day later, because My power supply literally exploded while I was recording. The room started to fill with smoke while the PC was still running. I don't know exactly how much of the previous file. It is apparently uncorrupted, so half of this episode already exists prior to that. I don't know how much of that file continued to record, so it might have even recorded up until the point where I said, "That's a weird pop, but it doesn't look like anything's dropped onto the floor." What that probably was an explosion inside of my PC because the room, as I mentioned, not 20, 30 seconds ago, it started to fill with smoke shortly after. Anyhow, we've upgraded that now, we've replaced that, and nothing else is broken and everything's okay. And hey, actually a True Grit that's already upgraded with Nimble is pretty much exactly what this deck needs right now. Additional defense as well as additional exhaust. Gambler's Bruise, pretty good, but weaken access to a character that otherwise does not have it is even better. I don't want to go the triple elite now because I feel less comfortable. Yeah, like, I basically eat garbage for the first 3 or 4 turns against the Desi, and then maybe pop off a good Whirlwind and win. Yikes. Hopefully we can pillage our way down to a Whirlwind or something. No? I see. I can Clumsy to get 15 block this turn. And then Ashen and Double Strike on the backline takes it out, fully defending us. Burning Pact our way through a Sender's Bane. Defend, True Grit, and Dominate, I think, on the strongest target there. Take a little bit of damage this turn, but Whirlwind is now well set up for... Yeah. 8x4 is lethal. Another Ashen Strike, and it's already upgraded, yes. Exterminate versus Squash. I think I take the additional AoE support rather than the additional vulnerability here. So give us Exterminate, especially because we've also got the Vajra, so get 4 additional damage to all targets out of the Vajra there. We want Whirlwind upgraded. Potion Trinket. Whenever I spend a potion, gain 3 strength for the turn. Really good for causing Exterminate to be an early kill. We're going to want additional card draw from Burning Pact. Feel No Pain. And Drama Battle. Yeah. Yes, please. Both perfect cards for this exhaust theme. I will rest here using the Regal Pillow. We'll take the left. It is Decimillipede, and we are so much better prepared courtesy of having the Exterminate in the deck now. Although, hang on, 9... If I use a potion this turn, we kill. Yep. Ripple Basin. If you did not play any attacks during your turn, gain 4 block. Blood Wall, and another True Grit. I mean, True Grits are pretty premium defense for us right now. Of course, I can't play that many of them because then I won't have a deck left. I don't know if I can take one more because I really do want to upgrade Feel No Pain and Drama Battle Aggression as well. Even Bloodletting and Second Wind. Like, I've got a lot of other priority upgrades in the deck. I don't think I can take another True Grit that's also a priority upgrade. I mean, sure, exhaust a bunch of cards on the first turn. Hell yeah. Burning Pact through Drama Battle draws cards as well as gives us additional energy towards our Whirlwind. I might as well... So Whirlwind only needs to have 2 energy invested in it in order to be able to kill almost every target on the board. That tough egg in the front line survives. It's fine, I'll let that one survive. $52, $21, $73, not lethal. So split the damage up. Droplet of Recognition, another True Grit with the exact same condition of why I can't take it. Let's upgrade Feel No Pain for additional consistent block. Oh, Forgotten Ritual, what a great card to get here. I mean, not useful at all this turn, but I actually kind of want to hit Droplet of Recognition here. I think I will. Yeah. Hit that on Burning Pact. Bash Burning Pact through any card. Sick. So much better setup. Feel No Pain, Forgotten Ritual gives us the ability to also throw out Dominate, and then I'll Second Wind 2 cards into the Exhaust pile so that Ashen Strike hits at 52. And then we've only got 15 cards left in the draw pile. Okay, I do like the idea of Weaken this turn. So I'll throw the Weaken because the next turn is especially bad. So Weaken and then no attacks this turn gets us Ripple Basin, defends us almost all of the damage. Yeah, Ashen Strikes need to continue. Let's get rid of that Bash. It's too expensive and I don't want to have to draw it back again. Mm-hmm. God damn. Yeah, these Ashen Strikes are doing incredible work with just the exhaust from the first cycle. Burning Pact through Drum Battle, draws into lethal. Okay, we are a lot better than I thought that we were at this point. When the PC blew up yesterday, I was like, oh god. I was stressed about a lot of things, of course. You're in a room full of carpet and electrical equipment, and smoke starts filling the room, and you become a little stressed. But as soon as it was beyond the level of immediate danger, the stressor was, damn, that run was pretty good. I think I might have been able to bring that back around. I'm so glad that both the video file and the run itself was somehow saved. Especially considering, like, how do you have literal smoke coming out of you and you are still online and working and recording? That's why I discounted that it couldn't be the PC, because the PC was still running. Anyhow, that's adjacent to the point right now, which is that this deck brought around a lot more additional defense on this floor, as well as very dense, consistent offense, right? Whirlwind, Ashen Strike, Exterminate. Like, all of them incredibly impactful, but I don't have to draft too many copies of them. I do think this deck still probably needs, like, a single large defend card, or maybe just a lot more gas, so that I can exhaust more cards on the same turn. That card does say Impervious. Oh, they nerfed Crimson Mantle! Oh, they only nerfed Crimson Mantle's unupgraded version. Yeah, to be fair, it's a very good card. Pax End is actually a really good card to bring back consistently. But I feel like Pax End it's not good single target damage for us. And in terms of AoE, it's fine, but, like, I also have Exterminate and Whirlwind, so should I need Pax End, or do I take the Impervious that I already told you, not moments before I clicked this, that I need? Hard to figure it out, I know. Beautiful Bracelet. Choose 3 cards in your deck, enchant them with Swift 3. That gets us the ability to cycle through the first deck much faster. My main concern with that would be which cards to put it on. There are certainly better choices, Bloodletting, and worse choices, Whirlwind. But I don't know if there's 3 good choices on the board. Like Bloodletting, True Grit maybe, but that True Grit's already got Nimble on it, so it can't get it. Brilliant Scarf, we don't have especially expensive cards, so I don't think that's routinely going to get used. And then Blessed Antler, additional energy at the start of each turn. I don't think we have enough draw to even fulfill the usefulness of that. Let's have a look at our pathing. Pretty sure shop removal for us is at 150 at the moment. I also think that I wouldn't have much difficulty getting all 3 elites down, so I'm thinking I could take this left-hand line. Let's do it. I almost want to take Blessed Antler because it's just more exhaust cards. It's also a good reason for me to take additional draw. So, like, I mean, best case scenario, Burning Pact. $15, $11, $7. I think I'm better off not doing damage this turn. And again. Vulnerability is set up. Managed to full defend that turn. Tremble, Dominate, Exterminate, and then Body Slam is lethal. Yeah, it was right to save our resources. Blood Potion, heal for 20% of your max HP, Whirlwind, and Molten Fist, no thank you. Actually got enough copies of all of those, thank you. Start with Pillage. Ooh. Nice couple draws. Second wins. Okay, so Bash Strike is 21 additional damage. So unfortunately I have to lose 4 health and 2 max HP here. Oh man. It's going a little better. Exterminate, Whirlwind, yeah, come on, just get me my AoEs in an AoE fight, please. Second Wind with the Nimble upgrade, but there's also Drama Battle, and Drama Battle is also a card draw card. So I'm gonna take it. Give me a Relic for 11 health, and that's Red Mask at the start of combat, apply 1 vulnerability. That's really good for stripping the artifacting from Eon Glass as well. Feel No Pain, Conflagration, and Second Wind our way through that hand easily. I'd love to have a second Feel No Pain as well, just for consistency. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not going to be actually dealing damage to you this turn, so I'm better off saving all those cards in hand. Tremble, Dominate, True Grit through a Strike. On Black Whirlwind, Ease. Okay, that's great. Ashen Strike before the cycle. And even without Ashen Strike being drawn again, that's lethal. Rupture, whenever you lose HP on your turn to Strength. No. Unnecessary for us. It's not 150 on the removal, but That second wind sure does look good to me. I want additional draw consistency, so getting aggression in the opening hand is an additional card each turn. Oh! Pocket Watch. That's also pretty good for consistency of draws. If I play 3 or fewer cards in a turn, I draw 3 additional cards at the top of the next turn. I'm actually going to use Fortify here as well. Largely for the additional strength. Great. Dominate into... Exterminate almost. Still got to take 10 damage that turn, unfortunately. Exterminate is back, and we're all good now. Akabeko! Start of each combat, gain 8 Vigor. There's also an already upgraded armament, but no. Not necessary. Not creating many cards in the middle of combat that would require that from us. Drum of Battle, exhausting for additional energy. Doesn't seem that important. I'm going to rest preemptively here so that I can get through the next 2 elites. Hopefully not having to rest. In case there's a card I get from these elites or the upcoming shop that I would like more than a rest. Burning Pact through Drum Battle. Damn, I'll just True Grit the strike. There we go, that's my defense that turn. I'm not going to play the strike in order to get Pocket Watch to draw us additional cards next turn, because, yeah, our main impact is definitely going to be Ashen Strikes. Tremble, Impervious for defense, and then Ashen Strike for 94, and then 82, and then just get back to those Ashen Strikes. Yeah, it's literally just Ashen Strike the deck, pretty much. Attack Potion, Self-Forming Clay, Shrug It Off, Drum of Battle. I feel like Shrug It Off, with this energy, yeah, still worth taking. Restlessness, Cinder, no. Mega Card free this combat's not bad, but I'd probably only use it on Bash, like it wouldn't even be that impactful. I'm going to save my money just so that even if the fights go long, I have the ability to pay for 5 additional gold every turn. Just don't think it'd be that impactful otherwise. Aggression, defend. And if I play nothing else, I can get some reasonable block as well as some reasonable draw next turn. Oh my god, I didn't draw a second win. That sucks. Well, at least I got one this turn. Bash, Ashen, and Whirlwind. No damage to us. And the enemy is now open to vulnerability. Hurrah! Mercury Hourglass. Another Whirlwind? Certainly not. Way too late. Literally, I know there's no more AoE fights even possible. I don't think any of these upgrades are going to be as impactful as being on full HP to start the first fight. Let's go! Ideally, Impervious isn't relevant this turn. We'll see. I feel like I should probably play Tremble Defend. Okay. This is very much the turn I actually need to be committing lethal. Well, we're going to be fishing from an attack potion. Fiend Fire would definitely do it. Shame not to get back to... Dominate before this, the additional strength that we could have kept. Well, at least we had the bash to set up for it. Trigger it through Drum of Battle. Shrug, and then Ashen. Ashen kills the second form. These are just heavy Ashen strikes. Loving that. Okay. True Grit, a defend. And True Grit, Whirlwind. All of it's just about defense because the enemy was intangible that turn. Impervious, Bash. First Ashen Strike for 138. Should try and set the draw pile to not suck. Okay, Pillage, and then straight up Second Wind, all of the cards in the deck. Mm-hmm. Exterminate, end turn. We draw... Bands! Hey, we drew back into the same formats. Everything's fine. Second Wind, all of them. And then Ashen Strike for 186. Now, we're always going to have things to burn here, thanks to the enemy giving me Withers. Ow. Okay. We're down to Feel No Pain. Great. There's Second Wind for that hand. Do I drop Exterminate and Ashen Strike it away? I think I probably save for the draw because it's literally just wait until the Ashen Strikes are bombs. I don't need to Blood Pot preemptively though. Second Wind with 2 Withers in hand. Hell yeah. I don't need the additional energy from Drum of Battle, so I want to use it as a card draw. Ashen Strike for 148. Burning Pact through... Well, I actually don't want to cast it yet, because I should play the Ashens before that. Oop. Bastion... Ashen, and then Brand through a Whirlwind. I think we've got this. Ashen Strike is ridiculous. Yep. Let's do it, Ashen Strike, 178. Hell yeah. You can destroy my PC? Slay the Spire 2? It wouldn't have been Slay the Spire 2. It would be the fact that I overloaded it with peripherals or something like that. Like, it literally is not Slay the Spire's fault. Don't make it seem like I'm doing that. But you can destroy my PC, but you can't destroy my hopes or my Ironclad run. GG. Incidentally, this is the reason there was only one episode yesterday. Anyhow, I'm going to see whether or not one of my monitors decides to fail in the next episode, but until then, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content for the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations, and down below streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Moloko. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.